Zero.
Hello and welcome to Cricfit here. This is Amay Petkar, and today we are going to preview a very important match between Mumbai Indians and Sunrisers Hyderabad. Two teams who quite have a history behind them. If we look at the ancient history, the Mughals, if you look at Shivaji Maharaj, there is a lot to talk about here, but we'll get back to cricket now. So the news from the center is Mumbai Indians have won the toss and they have elected to bat first here. Again, no surprise, the match is at Sharjah. But again, as I said yesterday, the heat is going to play a crucial factor here because playing in the Sharjah heat is not easy. First of all, yesterday in the game between the two teams which played yesterday, they had that factor of breeze coming in, which with the match being in Abu Dhabi, because the stadium is far away from the city. And if you took a look at the aerial shots which you saw, there's nothing besides the ground there. So a lot of breeze comes in, but the Sharjah Cricket Stadium is in between the city. There are a lot of buildings around it, so a breeze coming in inside the stadium is a bit less. So do expect it to be very hot, very humid. The players are going to have a hard time. But again, here Mumbai Indians have decided to bat first. Obviously, they'll be looking. They must have looked at the score in the previous game. How the team batting first were able to put up a score of about 120, 125. So I think the same could be done today here. But with the heat, it's going to be a huge task for the batsman here. First game at Sharjah in the afternoon. A big task ahead. Right now, I've been joined by my partner here, Prashant Gautam. We'll welcome Prashant Gautam here, first of all. Hello, Prashant.
Hello, May.
Yeah, so Prashant, welcome back after that gap of 1 day here.
Yes, good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah, so Prashant, first afternoon game at Sharjah. Mumbai Indians have won the toss. They have elected to bat first here. Like talking about the average sixes at Sharjah, if we compare the three stadiums play in this season here, the average sixes per game in Sharjah is about 30. Whereas if you compare to Dubai or Abu Dhabi, in Abu Dhabi it's about 5 or 6, and in Dubai it's about 8 or 9. So you see that difference here. Per game you're having 36s at Sharjah. High scoring affair again today. How you do you look this year?
Well, you'll see a lot more sixes being hit today, and especially on that main road outside the ground. Because if you look at the batting lineup of especially like Mumbai Indians who are now batting first, I think their batsmen will be keen to have fun and just score at will and just hit through the line without any pressure. So yes, again a high scoring match, and SRH have their task cut out in the first innings.
Yeah, I think talking about that main road, outside the stadium here, I sometimes feel very scared because, once upon a time I used to cross that main road and, I used to watch those sixes coming down at the on the road, and, with my family also I used to travel through that road. So it's a bit scary because the stadium is right between the city, and any of those sixes can hit any of those cars, and, anything can happen on that particular day there.
Well, we have seen when a batsman connect. We saw the one six that Dhoni hit. It landed on the main road, and the guy took the ball away. And you understand the conditions here more than anybody else. I've been brought up in Delhi, and I haven't watched a match outside Firozshah Kotla. So I think you should be the judge here and talk about how it is like to play at Sharjah.
Yeah, so Sharjah Stadium over the years has been that short boundary ground here. We all know how Sachin Tendulkar played at innings against Australia in 1998, 1999, the Desert Storm innings. that time also we saw raining sixes from the master blaster Sachin Tendulkar, and now in this season, in this IPL, we are seeing raining sixes from all other players. It's an absolute delight to watch. Those sixes coming in at Sharjah, given the fact that the boundaries at Dubai and Abu Dhabi are very long. We'll take a look at the playing 11 first of all, Prashant,
Sure.
before we talk more about the Sharjah Stadium here. Uh, I don't see any change in the Mumbai lineup here. They have gone with the same side which played in the last game. Rohit Dekok opening, Ishan Kishan at 3-4. Surya Kumar Yadav. The, the the two players here, Hardik Pandya and Karan Pollard, they'll be looking forward to play at the Sharjah Stadium with those short boundaries coming in.
Definitely, some of the batsmen haven't quite able to capitalize on the start. If you look at Quinton de Kock, I don't feel that he's completely out of touch. He has scored those nice little 15 and 20s in every match, but hasn't been able to make a longer contribution. So in this match, de Kock with that short boundary on the leg side as well as the off, I think he'll be keen to perform. And then, as you said, somebody like a Hardik Pandya, Pollard, Krunal, even though no ground is bigger when they connect the ball, but especially at Sharjah, you will see even their missed times going for six. So all in all, a run fest in store, and hopefully we see another 200 plus total.
Yeah, as I said, 36 in one game in the previous two games. It has been quite a delight to watch. We'll also take a look at SRH playing 11 here. First of all, David Warner, Johnny Best, so they have stuck with the same opening combination despite not clicking that well this season. Manish Pandey, Kane Williamson, Abdul Samad, and then these two youngsters here, Abhishek Sharma and Priyam Garg, absolutely toned down the CSK ballers the other day. Priyam Garg went on to score an unbeaten 51, which was enough, to restrict Chennai to a low total the other day, despite that late innings by MS Dhoni. But still, if you look at Priyam Garg, quite a youngster to watch out for. After David Particle, Sanju Samson, we have Priyam Garg as well here now.
Well, when they lost the first two matches of the season, we all thought that SRH will continue to struggle in this season. But then the inclusion of Williamson, then Abdul Samad coming into the side, and then we saw in the last match Priyam Garg, they finally found a core that can perform for them in crunch situations. So all in all, SRH is now in form, and if they ever want to face the defending champions Mumbai Indians, it is now, because they'll be keen to perform and win three back-to-back matches, which will hold them very well going ahead in the season.
Yeah, in the saw something happen with Bhuvneshwar Kumar. He didn't complete that last over the other day, and he was limping, while in his run-up as well, which is why he only bowled, 3.1 overs the other day, and today he is actually missing out from this Hyderabad's playing 11 here. I'm not really sure if Sandeep Sharma has come in or Siddharth Kaul has come
Yeah,
in for
Sandeep Sharma,
Bhuvneshwar
Siddharth
Kumar.
Kaul has
Yeah.
come in.
Yeah, and I think Khalil Ahmed is also dropped here, so which is why you have another bowler coming in. So experienced bowler Bhuvneshwar Kumar sitting out in this game now. You have someone like Siddharth Kaul, Sandeep Sharma, both have played for India in the past. Siddharth Kaul is still in the scheme of things for the India limited over side. But if you look here, Natarajan has been fantastic with those Yorkers here. So and all and out, if you look at this bowling attack, they've done quite well. Mainly focusing on Natarajan here.
Well, definitely, Natarajan, as you said, has been really impressive. I think he has by far been the best death bowler in the competition so far. Even if you include somebody like a Bumrah, he has executed Yorkers at will, which is so heartening to see as a fan, because nowadays people tend to bowl back of a length even in death overs. So Natarajan is again that key card. Then I think in this match they went with a little variety in their bowling attack. That is why they've included somebody like a Siddharth Kaul, who's renowned for that bowling, has the experience of playing in IPL as well as played for India in the past as well. So they'll be hoping that he can make his experience count and perform his best against a quality Mumbai Indians batting lineup.
Yeah, we'll take a few questions before we move on to further elements of this show here. Swapnil Patrikar has a question here. Whoever could have won the toss, they would have bat first only. Score predictions 225. Yeah, we also think the same, because the previous two games played at Sharjah, I think three games have played at Sharjah, but the ones I can recall, in the first game, you had the highest successful chase in the history of IPL, where, Rajasthan Royals chased down that target of 224 against Kings 11 Punjab. And then yesterday as well, with the way Ian Morgan and Rahul Tripathi were batting, we could have ended up seeing the highest successful chase again in the history of IPL after setting the record in the first game here.
Well, we all expected Sharjah to be a high scoring affair before the IPL season, and it hasn't failed. Last night, you saw Delhi Daredevils put on a 228 run on the board, but it will be interesting to see how the conditions play in the day match because Mumbai Indians captain Rohit Sharma has won the toss. So that means he is looking forward to bowling because he thinks the pitch might grip in the second half. That might not allow the SRH batsmen to hit through the line and clear boundaries at will. It will be interesting to see. I think the Mumbai Indians opener will like to see out a few overs initially and then assess. And if the pitch is flat, then obviously they'll consider target around 225.
Yeah, we can take a look at few stats here with today's game here. Now, first of all, we'll talk about Rashid Khan. He has managed to keep the two Mumbai Indians big hitters under control so far in the IPL in the past. Hardik Pandya strikes at around 57 and Pollard strikes at around 94. So that's a phenomenal record given that these two batsmen don't spare the spinners, especially the leg spinners. We have seen how these two targeted, someone like Adam Zampa in the other game against RCB. So, someone like Rashid Khan has done well. But if you look at one more record here of Karen Pollard against Rashid Khan, he averages 63 here. So with the short boundaries coming in today's game, I think, if you look at Karen Pollard, he will look to go hard at someone like Rashid Khan here.
Uh, I don't think in this match you will see Kieron Pollard and Hardik Pandya bat a strike rate of around 70 or 80 against Rashid Khan, even though he's quality, but they will back themselves. Because as I said, even the miss hits here go for sixes, and Kieron Pollard, in the kind of form he is, I don't think he'll be looking at any bowler. He'll just set himself and try to clear every ball. But like all teams, Mumbai Indians too will have a plan against Rashid Khan. What teams have generally tended to do in the last few seasons is that they play Rashid Khan out and they attack on their fast bowlers because the Rashid Khan, if you give them a wicket earlier in his spell, he becomes a different kind of bowler. You saw that in the game against Delhi at Abu Dhabi. He picked the wicket of Shreyas Iyer, I think, in the first over and then completely changed the match. He bowled 4 overs, took 3 for 14. So I think Mumbai Indians will definitely have a plan because they are a very thinking management and they will not allow Rashid Khan to pick up any wickets. He might go for 30 odd, but you won't see Mumbai going after him from ball one.
Yeah, and talking about leg spinners, there's one leg spinner who was said that he doesn't have that experience, he doesn't have that exposure of playing at the bigger level. But then Rahul Chahar has done the impossible for Mumbai Indians this season, despite not having that experience with the spinners bowling unit. Rahul Chahar has managed to pick up 6 wickets in 4 games. Also, not forgetting that day he made Kohli struggle with his leg breaks there.
I don't know if he made Kohli struggled or not, but but Rahul Chahar, as you said, has been a quality player for Mumbai Indians in the last 2 seasons. He isn't talked about as much because you have the stars, the likes of Pollard, Pandya, Rohit Sharma. You talk about them generally, but not Rahul Chahar. But he has held his own and he has done his job, which is the most important thing. As other leg spinners too, he's a wicket taker in 4 matches. He's picked up 6 wickets, and in the 2 wins that Mumbai Indians have had in this season, he has played a pivotal role. So Rahul Chahar will have his task cut out. I think he will back himself against the batting lineup of SRH. So yeah, looking forward to him bowling on the Sharjah track.
Okay, so I just pulled up a track here since you said that you don't know if he struggled against if Kohli struggled against Rahul Chahar. And then in that match against Royal Challengers Bangalore, Kohli scored 3 runs of 11 balls in that Mumbai versus RCB game, and Kohli was dismissed by Rahul Chahar. So he did struggle, Kohli there.
Well, that's not struggling. That's giving respect to the opposition and the bowlers. So I don't think Rahul Chahar did anything wrong, and neither did Kohli.
That's good defense here. It just feels like I'm talking to Virat Kohli's lawyer here. But Prashant, we'll move on to further more stats here of today's game here. Surya Kumar Yadav and Rohit Sharma and also Hardik Pandya. All three batsmen have had a poor record in history against Sunrisers Hyderabad here. Surya Kumar averages 20, Rohit Sharma 19.7, and then there's Hardik Pandya who averages just 10 here. But we'll again talk about the Sharjah Cricket Stadium being a smaller boundary, being a flat deck. There's nothing to offer for pace bowlers or spinners. It's going to be a high scoring affair, so you might just see this average shoot up here.
Well, definitely, if there's any ground that you want to change your form, it is Sharjah cricket ground. So, even though the likes of Surya Kumar Yadav, Rohit Sharma, and Hardik Pandya has traditionally not been game changers against SRH, but they are all quality players. Rohit Sharma, after the last match performance, will be eager to bounce back. So yeah, Surya Kumar Yadav is an important cog in the batting lineup. Bats at 3, scores runs at a very good strike rate, and then Hardik Pandya, as we have all seen in the last few years, is a game changer, out and out game changer, and you will see a bit more fireworks from him in this match.
Yeah, Prashant, we will take a quick look at the players to watch out for in today's game. We'll look at the players to watch out for first. So as you see, okay, wait, here something is up. Okay, so we have Ishan Kishan and Priyam Garg, two India under 19 captain here. Ishan Kishan captain the under 19 side in 2016. Priyam Garg is the latest under 19 captain. Lost that India lost that match against Bangladesh in the final. But again, if you look at their record in this IPL, Ishan Kishan played that first game against Royal Challengers Bangalore, scored a 99, almost won the game the other day. And then there is Priyam Garg, who scored that unbeaten 51. Absolutely toned down the Chennai bowlers the other day. Something we spoke about, Sunrisers Hyderabad not having that finisher in their side. They look a very inexperienced side when it comes to the middle order. But someone like Priyam Garg is taking that battle and he's saying that no, if we don't have a finisher, I'll be that finisher here.
Well, that was a tremendous innings from Priyam Garg. When he faced the first 10-15 balls, everyone was counting him out. And don't forget that he was involved in the run out of Kane Williamson, who was coming on the back of a fine performance in the previous match. So he had his task cut out, but most importantly, he delivered under pressure. And as you said, against a quality team, he scored his maiden half century, and it couldn't have come at a better time. So again, that will give him immense confidence going forward. Now he's facing the Mumbai Indians. He'll be batting against the big boys, the likes of Bumrah, Bolt. So if he performs today, I think he will become a more better player. So yeah, all eyes on him, and definitely again on Ishan Kishan.
Yeah, Prashant will also take a look at the game changers, and then we'll also take a look at the trump cards for today's game. Here, first, we'll take a look at the trump cards. We have gone in with Rohit Sharma and Johnny Best. So there's this one stat about Rohit Sharma. Whenever he scores more than 50 runs for Mumbai Indians, more than 80% of the time Mumbai Indians ends up winning their game against their opposition. So Rohit Sharma performing is a big task. First of all, given that he has had one good game, but then the other two games have been quite decent enough. So looking at Rohit Sharma, he will have to up his game, score those runs. As we all know, Quinton de Kock is not in the right form this season, hasn't scored many runs. So it's very important that Rohit Sharma sticks with his normal game plan and then goes ahead and scores those runs for Mumbai Indians.
Well, the most important thing with every great player is that is synonym with Rohit Sharma is when they score runs, they ultimately help their teams win. So in the two matches that he has scored half centuries, taken Mumbai Indians home. So which is the most important thing. De Kock not being form adds a little burden on him, but I think in this match, the Sharjah pitch will allow Quinton de Kock to express himself, and then you will see him and Rohit Sharma complement each other really well. And I won't be surprised if they even string together a 100-run partnership in no time, because they're two both quality players. The right hand and left hand combination obviously will frustrate the Sunrisers bowling lineup. So it will be interesting to see how this match pans out in the first innings.
Yeah, Prashant, could you also go and talk about Johnny Bairstow here?
Yeah.
Scored a 15 that first game, then again scored a 50, I guess, in the third game. But then the strike rate is something which is of question here, given that he has been batting quite slow.
Yes, he was sensational in the first match. Then I think in the second and the third match, he was a little under pressure because he was keeping a check on the middle order. But with now Priyam Garg, Abhishek Sharma, Kane Williamson performing, I think he will be a little free and he will try to express himself. And this ground Sharjah, as we have emphasized a lot, will allow him to play his natural game. So Johnny Bairstow is again. I think he is the most important player today, along with David Warner.
Yeah. So, Prashant, we'll take a look at the game changers. Then we'll move to few questions for today. Game changers again. Karan Pollard, Rashid Khan. Rashid Khan has come up the ranks now. In the previous game, I think he got a man of the match in the previous game or the game before that. Not really sure, but in the previous game against Chennai, he bowled about 4 overs and gave away just 12 runs. In the match before that, 4 overs, 20 runs, 2 wickets. I think he's been doing really well this season so far after having two rough matches. I mean.
Well, he is timing the ball better than anybody else in the competition. You see him bat. You see him bat with ease. He knows what he's doing. He's so in charge and glued to his game. So Kyron Pollard will be licking his lips when he's going to bat at the Sharjah cricket ground. Again, out and out MI legend. Whenever he has performed, he has taken his team home, much like his captain. He was sensational in the last match as well. But the important thing that David Warner has to keep in mind is keep his spinners aside when the likes of Hardik Pandya and Kyron Pollard come out to bat, because they feed off the spinners. When they get 1-6 away from them, then there is no stopping them. So he will look to employ the fast bowlers against him, and then look to bowl the spinners against the likes of Rohit Sharma and Quinton de Kock.
Yeah, so we'll take a few. So there's one question from South. SRH की बॉलिंग में एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है, भुवी भी इंजर्ड है, क्या लगता है आपको प्रशांत?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है. अगर भुवनेश्वर कुमार आज होते मैच में तो बिल्कुल डिफरेंस मेक करते. एक दो मैच में मैं देख रहा था वो अपने बेस्ट पे आ चुके थे, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली उनका जो हैमस्ट्रिंग टेयर हुआ, एसआरएच ने एक सही डिसीजन लिया उनको ना खिला के. बट फिर से एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है. जो यंग बॉलर्स है, नटराजन, सिद्धार्थ कौल, संदीप शर्मा, वो हमेशा पार्ट रहे हैं आईपीएल के, तो उन्हें पता है कैसे बॉलिंग करनी है अगेंस्ट मुंबई इंडियंस. देन यू हैव राशिद खान. अगर राशिद खान का दिन चल जाता है आज तो कॉन्फिडेंस मिलेगा उनके पेसर्स को भी. तो जरूर भुवी की कमी खलेगी, लेकिन एसआरएच अभी भी अच्छा परफॉर्म कर सकती है.
जी, यहाँ पे और एक स्वप्निल पत्रिकर से एक क्वेश्चन है. अमय, हु डू यू थिंक वन प्लेयर विल हैव द बेस्ट इम्पैक्ट ऑन दिस मैच? देखिए, मुझे यहाँ पे एक या दो नाम ही नजर आते हैं जिनका बहुत ज्यादा इम्पैक्ट होगा इस गेम में. एक है हार्दिक पांड्या, दूसरे है कायरन पोलार्ड. अगर सनराइजर्स हैदराबाद की बात करें तो उनमें से आप डेविड वार्नर को ले सकते हो या प्रियम गर्ग को ले सकते हो. मैंने इन प्लेयरों का चुनाव क्यों किया है, क्योंकि अगर देखे तो ये फिनिशर्स टाइप प्लेयर्स है. पहली बात तो शारजा का छोटा ग्राउंड है. ये जो मैंने 6 बल्लेबाजों के नाम लिए अभी, ये बड़े हिट्स मारने की कोशिश करेंगे, अच्छा स्कोर लाने की कोशिश करेंगे. तो अगर हम पोलार्ड को देखे, पांड्या को देखे, वो बॉलर्स को स्पेयर नहीं करने वाले. पहली बात तो ज्यादातर सिक्सेस तो सीधा रास्ते पे जाने वाले हैं आज. ये मुझे लगता है. तो इम्पैक्ट सबसे ज्यादा पांड्या का होगा. हम जानते हैं कि वो बॉलिंग नहीं कर रहे इस सीजन में, बट फिर भी अगर देखा तो पांड्या और पोलार्ड बहुत ही ऐसा अच्छा प्रभाव लाते हैं टीम में. तो बहुत ज्यादा छक्के लगते हैं आज. इम्पैक्ट तो बहुत ज्यादा ही लाएंगे, ये मुझे लगता है. प्रशांत, आपको क्या लगता है? यहाँ पे थोड़ी ज्यादा हिंदी हो रही है.
नहीं, मेरे को अच्छा लग रहा है आपको हिंदी बोलते हुए, लेकिन मैंने एक बात नोटिस करी कि आपको फर्स्ट मैच से ऐसा लगता है कि हार्दिक पांड्या हर मैच में चलेंगे, लेकिन वो चल नहीं पा रहे हैं. तो मैं आज होप करता हूँ कि आज आप खुश हो जाएं और आज उनका दिन हो और वो 50 मारे क्विक फायर और बॉलिंग भी करें और विकेट लें.
जी, जिस दिन आरसीबी का मैच होता है आप एकदम एक्साइट होते हो. आज मुंबई का मैच है तो मैं एक्साइट हूँ, इसीलिए बहुत ऐसा ये हो रहा है. तो प्रशांत, हम और भी क्वेश्चंस लेंगे. यहाँ पे और एक प्रश्न आया कि व्हाई लिन इज नॉट प्लेइंग. अभी प्रशांत, हमने देखा कि क्विंटन डे कॉक अच्छे फॉर्म में नहीं है इस सीजन में. एक भी 50 नहीं मारा है. पहले गेम में अच्छा स्टार्ट मिला था, 25-30 रन का स्टार्ट मिला था, बट उसके बाद भी पिछले गेम में बहुत जल्दी बोल्ड हो गए थे. दीपक चहर ने उनको क्लीन बोल किया था. तो देखा जाए तो दीपक चहर नहीं, कोई और बॉलर था, मैं भूल गया, मैं कंफ्यूज हो गया यहाँ पे, बट क्रिस लिन को लेना चाहिए, ईशान किशन को विकेट कीपिंग करना चाहिए, ऐसा कुछ होना चाहिए।
ये देखिए, एक बात है, जब आईपीएल ऑक्शन हुआ था, हम किसी को नहीं पता था कि यूएई में आईपीएल होने वाला है, तो एमआई का जो थिंक टैंक है, उन्होंने क्रिस लिन को अपनी साइड में इसलिए लिया था क्योंकि जो वानखेड़े की पिच है वो उन्हें बहुत सूट करती, क्योंकि फ्लैट पिच है। जैसे वो ब्रिस्बेन में क्रिकेट खेलते हैं, सिमिलर सॉर्ट ऑफ विकेट है जहाँ पे आप थ्रू द लाइन हिट कर सकते हैं और लंबे लंबे छक्के मार सकते हैं। बट अभी के लिए क्विंटन डिकॉक आई थिंक ऑल राउंड बहुत ही ज्यादा बेटर प्लेयर है क्रिस लिन के। क्रिस लिन को हमने देखा है जब वो कोलकाता नाइट राइडर्स के लिए खेलते थे, क्योंकि जब जो पिच है वो ग्रिप करती है, स्पिन करती है, तो वो अपने बेस्ट पे नहीं रहते और अपनी वो विकेट ही थ्रोज अवे इस विकेट। सो अभी के लिए मेरे हिसाब से क्विंटन डिकॉक को ही ओपनिंग करनी चाहिए एमआई के लिए, क्योंकि वो एक क्लास प्लेयर है, अपनी टीम के लिए नेशनल कैप्टन है। लेकिन अगर आगे चल के अगर वो परफॉर्म नहीं कर सकते तो ऐसी पिचेस पे, स्पेशली शारजा पे, आप जरूर क्रिस लिन को खिला सकते हैं।
जी, मैंने एक स्टैट पढ़ा था अभी कुछ कुछ देर पहले, और ये इस क्वेश्चन से मैच भी करता है, तो मैं इसके बारे में थोड़ी बात करना चाहूंगा। तो पहले क्वेश्चन पढ़ लेते हैं। इट विल बी टफ टू चेस विद बॉलिंग लाइनअप दैट मुंबई इंडियंस हैज। ऑल्सो मुंबई इंडियंस हैज ऑलवेज बिन बेटर फॉर last 5 overs. So there is one stat about this season in the IPL that in the last 5 overs, Mumbai Indians have the best what do you say, average in the last 5 overs.
Economy
So
rate.
not the economy rate, I'm talking about the batting.
Okay, strike rate.
Yeah, strike rate average. Mumbai Indians have scored the most amount of runs in the last 5 overs throughout this season. So, and they have the best record here in this entire IPL. So, if you look at here, Karan Pollard, Hardik Pandya will just look to go hard here. Yeah, so Prashant, there's one more question coming in from Saud. Saud asks that Bumrah versus Natarajan. How do you look at this contest here?
well, अगर नाम पे जाए तो ये मेरे हिसाब से कंपटीशन तो नहीं है बिल्कुल भी। बुमराह जो है एक प्रूवन मैच विनर है, नॉट ओनली एमआई के लिए बट इंडिया के लिए डोमिनेट कर चुके हैं, बेस्ट बैट्समैन इन द वर्ल्ड। तो कोई कंपटीशन अभी नहीं लगता। बट जैसा कि मैंने बोला कि नटराजन ने इस सीजन बहुत इंप्रेस किया है, जैसे उन्होंने डेथ बॉलिंग पे यॉर्कर्स एक्सिक्यूट करे हैं, तो बहुत कॉन्फिडेंस मिला होगा उन्हें आगे के मैचेस में भी अच्छा परफॉर्म करने के लिए। बट कोई क्वालिटी कंपेयर नहीं कर सकता अभी बुमराह और नटराजन की। तो अभी तो मैं बुमराह को ही आगे रखूंगा, बट होपफुली नटराजन भी आगे चल के उनसे इंस्पायर होंगे और ऐसी परफॉर्मेंसेस देंगे।
जी प्रशांत, मैच होने वाला है, आप एक टीम बता दीजिए जो आपको लगता है कि आज जीत जाएगी।
हम सबको पता है मुंबई इंडियंस के आज ज्यादा चांसेस हैं, बट मैं एसआरएच के साथ जाऊंगा क्योंकि मैं चाहता हूं कि आज आप रॉन्ग प्रूव हो।
अच्छा अच्छा, ठीक है, देखते हैं फिर क्या होता है, क्योंकि मुंबई इंडियंस का फैन होने के नाते मुझे लगता है कि मुंबई इंडियंस ही जीतेगी, क्योंकि शारजा में जो टीम पहले बल्लेबाजी करती है काफी अच्छा स्कोर लाती है। बट मैंने जब कहा शो की शुरुआत में कैसे कहा कि गर्मी है बहुत ज्यादा शारजा में, तो गर्मी क्या प्रभाव लाती है वो भी एक देखना होगा मैच में। तो अभी वी विल रैप अप दिस शो अप, प्रशांत। The news from the center is Mumbai Indians have won the toss and they have elected to bat first here. Rohit Sharma and Quinton de Kock have walked out to bat. We are falling short of time, so we'll wrap up this show here. Do visit our website www.cricfit.com. We post everything about cricket, all articles, news, feature articles, fantasy tips, everything. So do visit our website to follow more about cricket here, and also do follow us on our social media channels, whether on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and also don't forget to subscribe us on our YouTube channel as well. So Prashant, thank you so much for joining in. It was good to see you after
Good
a
to
gap
see you
of
as
1
well.
day. Yeah, so we'll now sign off from the show. Thank you so much, all those viewers who tuned in. This is Amay and Prashant signing off.